let's design the iPhone 18 Pro. So next video we're going to design the iPhone 18 Pro Max. So basically the iPhone 18 Pro is going to have everything as the iPhone 18, which I made in the last video, but it's going to also have extra features. So let's go ahead and design this. So we're going to start with everything that I added last video. So of course we got to add the Pro cameras. One like that, another Pro camera, one like that. And then we also gotta add 3 more cameras. So a single camera like that. Another camera like that. And then another camera. So now we are going to add the Apple logo. So of course, got the Apple logo. Now I'm not centering it in the middle. I'm centering it between this and this. So it's not centered in the middle of the actual phone. It's centered between these 9 cameras. So now let's add the ports and the buttons. So I'm gonna add 5 ports this time, which is gonna take up a lot of room, but it's gonna be worth it because you can charge your phone even faster than the other one. So we're gonna have one right there. Then we're gonna add another one right here. Then we're gonna add another port right there. And then one more. Another one. And boom. Now we gotta add also a headphone jack. So there it is. So next we're gonna add the notches and the front facing camera. So let's add a Pro notch on top. And then on the last phone for this side right here, I used a regular notch, but we're gonna use a Pro notch again. And then let's add another front camera. Like that. And then another one. Right here. And then I think we can add the buttons. But we also need to add the handle, so let me get all that stuff first. On this. There, yeah, the handle. So, yeah, the handle, and then we also gotta add more things. So, and then we gotta add the silencer, just like what the other model had. Boom, there's that. We also gotta add the wheels before we put any buttons down so we could have room for everything. So then we're gonna add the wheels and then the digital crown. So let's get some wheels. Just like so. And these wheels are going to make the phone more sturdy than the iPhone 18, the base model, because they're farther spread apart. Now we got to add the digital crown right under this wheel. Now we got to also add the buttons and the cup holder. So let me add the cup holder real quick. Just like that, and it fits perfectly. Now we got to add the buttons. So these buttons got to be really close to each other to be able to actually fit. So let's add the power button. And then the volume button. There it is. Boom. So we got all that. Now we gotta add the antennas and the helicopter blade. So let's put the antenna in the middle so we can fit the helicopter blade. Where's the helicopter blade? There it is. Boom. This thing looks crazy. It looks like a just crazy. Okay, now we gotta add the Pro stand. Oh, shoot, we know we gotta add the HDMI port before I forget about it. Like that. And now, like the other phone, the HDMI port doesn't have like a little thing. It doesn't show like that right there. You can perfectly see the full screen without having that HDMI metal part interrupt it. Then we also got to add a stand for the phone, because everybody needs a stand. Like that. And then we got to also add stuff. So, I was thinking, what if you want to play music? So, we should add a click wheel. And then I'm also thinking, I'm thinking that on this actual phone, there should be like a setting to control the click wheel appearing and disappearing. So we could just have this at like the very, very bottom. And then, for people who like gaming, we could add a racing wheel. If you like playing race car games. So then on this side, we could add that. And then I could add a joystick. Oh, nope, not there. Like that. Actually, I'm going to add the racing wheel first. Boom, and then we can add the joystick to make sure it all fits in properly. Like that. What else should we add? I want to find other cool stuff. Oh yeah, then we also got to change the background and the color of the phone. So the wallpaper is going to be gradient. Now let's change the main color of the phone. So I'm thinking like this phone should be maybe a... It could have like a cyan. Yeah, I think it looks pretty nice. Let's match the cameras too. Perfect. And then I want to match up the, what else? Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. So yeah, let's present it so people can buy our phone.
This isn't just an upgrade, it's a breakthrough.